Okay, so here's something you should understand about compression, and it's that compression is just volume automation. Compression, all it does is turn your sound up and down. And if you really want to get the best control, you can do this manually, and often you get better results. So for example, when you get like a vocal here, I've just got this stupid vocal here I've created. It's just from dumb sample pack. It's like an EDM.
You know we got it like this.
This sort of thing. And you go, okay, this last part is quite loud, let's compress this. We can do that with compression.
You know we got,
obviously.
you know we got it like this.
And then it kind of compresses down the last part the most.
You know we got it like this.
But it's almost always cleaner to do things by hand. So we could literally just go in here and, like, especially with clip automation, you would just turn this last part down. And then you could go like this. And same with like gating or something. You see, okay, here's a bit much, so we do this and this. And the only reason that we don't always do this is because, one, compression is going to be more consistent. So if you apply it over a wide range of vocals, it's always going to react at the same speed. And number two, this is way too much work to be doing all the time. But in a situation where it really matters that you get the dynamics right, like for example in your vocals, it's often the safest first option to actually do this manually, to place some cuts here and turn these up and down. And the same can be kind of true for drums. So for example, if we have like a snare drum here, let's just bounce this snare drum out. And let's say we want to kind of change this snare drum's envelope or something. Make this more snappy or less snappy, or make it loud or less loud. We could of course use a compressor and kind of turn the threshold down here. Turn up the attack. Turn on and make up gain maybe. Something like this. Maybe a bit too loud here. Let me just quickly. Wow, super snappy. But I mean, we can just do what the compressor did by hand. It just took a look at the sound and went, okay, after the attack time I go down in volume. So like we can literally just do this. And once again, in situation where it really matters, sometimes this is the best choice. Because this is all the compressor is doing, but instead of trusting the compressor to do it properly, you can do it yourself. You can kind of go in here and maybe turn up the transient. World's cheapest transient shaper. Maybe turn it up for longer. World's most precise transient shaper as well. Doing this on every single sound instead of using compression for every instance is gonna take more time, but when it really matters, maybe what you really want is this. Oh, world's most precise gate. Or we could do the opposite, we could make the tail longer. We don't need a compressor for this, we can literally do it by hand. And yeah, the only reason we don't always do this is because it takes so much more time. So going in on every single of these percussion sounds, and like here, oh, we've got this loop here, let's automate the gain on every single hit so that it kind of goes down here and then it goes down here and then it goes down. Yeah, if you have the time to do this and you're an incredible perfectionist, you can do this. This is not worse than compression. In fact, it's often better than compression. So whenever you kind of hit a dead end with your compressors, when you find, oh, you can't really get a compressor to do this cleanly, to kind of level these out cleanly, or the gate, you can just go in and do it by hand. And this is something that's actually pretty common practice to do, like on vocals, for example, doing de-essing with automation by hand, or just leveling the vocal before it hits a compressor a little bit by hand, so it kind of hits the compressor more evenly or stuff. I think this is something that kind of doesn't occur to some people. For some reason, I have students sometimes where I kind of tell them this and they're like, what? That's allowed? Why is that allowed? But yeah, it's allowed, and it's often better than compression. It's easier than compression. It's more obvious than compression. It's cleaner than compression because you can kind of look into the future infinitely and stuff. The only downside is it's a lot more work than compression.